Don't even care about the microphones. Let's make sure you can hear music, because without that, you can't hear everybody else. So what are you hooked up to, board? Hey, Kiki, man, love having you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for coming by, man.
Outstanding human being. You probably got left hungry to hear more about this amazing facility. Well, fear not. We're going to keep going, because I am sitting here with my friend Robin Robinson. Robin is 19 years old from right here in Oklahoma City and has been boxing for 10 years old from Oklahoma City. His name is Kentner Murray, whose name is so amazing, I can't wait to say it. Fiendish hair. I have Jorge and I have Ali, both 11 years old, both sixth graders, right here.
Basketball, I played that through my, high school career, and next thing you know, I got tired of, everybody blaming somebody, so I said, hey, I can do something. So me and my brothers.
You can't let me beat you there. You can't let me beat you there. 100 push-ups. He said, not me. You go over 100 push-ups.
And we'll sound check. Itching? I tried to get him, man. I tried to get that mosquito. I'm gonna throw these up in the car right quick. Actually, I'm not, because I will walk right in the way. So I'm gonna stay my butt right here. I don't need this one. This can stay here. This can stay here.
Okay, this cord I can't.
You what? Why?
This round is too fat.
Oh, wow, I had no idea. Sorry, man.
I brought my own cord, man.
Okay, well, there you go. Just follow that line back to wherever it's hooked up and replace it with your cord if you can. And yeah, let me roll that up and put that back in the bag. Get that in. Yeah, because we want to pack out just like we packed in. So all of the cords go in the bag. Good job. Yes. What's up? Oh, it's in there? Go for it, man. That's great. Great. That was... You what? Let me push this up underneath the table. Sorry, I just didn't want all those cords running around. I don't want to trip anybody. I think...
It was like, see where it like indents? It was
yes.
too wide.
Okay, gotcha. All right, let's add power. You ready? Power. You hold that one down a little bit. Power. I don't see any lights. Power, there we go. Everything's hot. Let me check my connections, put my keys in here, because we are about to get after it. Let me Bluetooth. Yep, I'm connected. Okay. I'm gonna start music, just random music for noise, so we can test where we're at.
The computer's updated.
Oh, are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay. How can it update? It's got no internet.
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? Whatever. That would suck if that traps us. If we end up in a situation.
I'll definitely bring my computer next time.
Yeah, I'll cut the internet on my phone if I have to, or we will drive up to a place unless they have Wi-Fi here, but I don't think we should need it. That's crazy, man. I don't know why I didn't do that at home. I would have checked it. Well, while that's going, let's, okay. Full volume. So basically just I'm gonna check this pair of headphones. It's good. This one's good. Let's check the next. Can you hear anything?
Yeah, I can hear the mics.
Okay, make sure that the monitor is turned up on the small board. It's the first time I've actually used it for... Okay, there's no audio on this, so check the output. Let's see where we're hooked up here. Hang on. Well, now, those may not work yet. Hang on. Because, like, you have music? You can't hear any music?
No, I just hear the mics.
Okay, you can hear the mics, but you don't hear music.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to first correct that. So let's not even care about the microphones. Let's make sure you can hear music, because without that, you can't hear everybody else. So what are you hooked up to, board 1 or board 2? Board 1, okay. So let's follow that back to where you're connected. You're connected to a headset port. That's really strange. You should hear everything. Mike, the reverb, I don't want reverb like that.
That's bad.
It's bad?
Yeah.
Try it now. It should be better. I turned it all the way down. What? I don't know why you're doing that.
I'm hearing. Oh.
What?
You know what?
I don't.
I think these headphones have a microphone.
Okay, then you can't use those headphones. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, get those out of here. You can't use those. So go ahead and switch to another pair. Here's a pair. This is Cassie's. So plug hers in. See what you get. But again, we still have an audio problem. But we haven't even started to diagnose that.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, you can hear from there.
I still hear music.
You don't. That's which is a problem. Music is max on this. Oh, here, echo is turned all the way up. Mic is up. Okay, that should help. Now talk. Okay, I hear music. Okay, I got music here. So let's see what I'm hooked up to. Let's follow my cord back to. I'm on straight output. Hey, if I push this, can you hear it? You do. Okay. Okay, so the two boards are connected. We're good there. And if I push this, I know you don't like it. Can you hear it? You don't hear anything. Weird. Okay, that's all right. It's okay. Just go sit opposing me up over there. This will give me an opportunity. Testing. This sounds horrendous. Test. Oh my word. One of these mics, something is terrible. Test.
I don't hear anything with those.
Okay, unhook those headphones right there. Okay, test, 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 test.
I don't have any working headphones.
Well, I know, that's what I'm trying to diagnose. Okay, so, well, those aren't plugged into anything, but they seem, I think they have a speaker in them. So, hold up your cord. Your cord, yeah, I need to trace it. I'm trying to figure out where your cord's going. So pull it back so I can see where it emanates from. Okay. Okay. Gold mic? That does not sound good. Can you get closer to it? Oh. It may just be what it is. It's not the best. I'm not a big fan of it. Try Cassie's. Another mosquito. Are you talking? Oh, I can't hear anything. Okay, hang on. Let me trace. Oh, no, nothing. Check and see if it's tight in the back. You have to push down on, unplug it, plug it back in. Okay, talk again.
Make sure it's ready. You gotta make sure it's in the zone. Boom. See what I'm saying? You gotta land. Yeah. Because then you cut off one step, you go this, you start doing all this, you start doing all that. Okay.
All right, guys, you heard the man. We're gonna work on the 1-2. Try to look for an angle when they throw that cross. Get on their outside, shift your weight, and then go to the body while you're shifting. So you slip here, you're gonna go here, then go here. Do it, Alex. Try to figure it out. Work it.
We're closed. Sale tomorrow, okay? If I catch you grabbing a coat, it's $10 per coat. Because I gotta charge you gas, I gotta charge you gas.
See if we'll see what a playback sounds like. You'll probably have to re-recognize the board on the application, so it recognizes us talking. Should be good. If all goes well. Music still playing? Excellent. I don't hear music, but I question if I don't hear music because of this. Hang on, I'm gonna go for the stalk. I'm gonna go for the stalk. Let's connect here. Let's go under here. because I see another port that I can plug into right there on the edge. And I'm in. I got music. Beautiful. It's a party for everybody. It works. 1, 2, test. Microphone check. Prior to the snap. Welcome to
He gave his one and only son, but to not perish, but wait, for the ones who believe in him, to not perish, but have eternal life.
All right, Kate, since you're more knowledgeable, Matthew 6, 9 through 13. Go. Get closer, come on. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Come on. Y'all get closer. Stay loud. So you can know.
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us for our debts as we also forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one.
Amen. Y'all see that? And he's just learning about it, what, about a month ago? Yeah. So you gotta do something. Right?
There you go, and then you go to the other side. So there you go. That's all we're doing. So you guys go advanced, you guys can add the punches. For the people that aren't so advanced, you have to just put the high bar up.
I'm trying to think how I'm going to bring it in because I can't remember the name of what I called that session. I wanted to call this something awesome. Malandrin, right? Malandrin. Yeah. Oh, what is the address here?
3019 South Robinson.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Prior to the Snap. We're back again, this time for another on-site interview. I absolutely love getting to do these and bring you information from around Oklahoma City about some of the hottest spots to come for sports. In this case, I'm in 3019 South Robinson on location at Malandrin Boxing. And again, I am just honored to get to be here. Today, I am sitting down with Kiki Galindo, the owner. He's 43 years old. This gentleman is absolutely amazing. I've had some time to sit down, talk with him, and get to know him before we kind of came on air and just kind of shared, right? Because I love this. I love that we get to have just an unabashed view, him, raw, real, and he's going to tell you guys all about Malandrin, all about what it means to him, what it means about this community. It's amazing. Hey, Kiki, man, love having you here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for coming by, man.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you.
it is an absolute honor and a privilege to get to be here in you guys' light, man. This is great. This is great. You know, this is going to sound kind of corny, but I used to fight back in the day in the Oklahoma Karate Association, and I was part of Wild Bunch. And I remember I talked to a gentleman, Andy Pierce, and you may know Andy, I don't know. He talked highly about you here the other day, by the way. And something that we talked about in an interview with him is, I said, the warrior spirit. You know, I used to always talk about, especially during belt testing, you know, everybody was there. And I've been blessed. I've been getting to watch so many amazing fighters here today train in person. And you can feel that warrior spirit. You can really tell everybody is into this, honing their craft, feeling it, and just that spirit. I want to make sure I mention that because for anybody that's even considering getting into boxing, this is a place that you want to be. You want to be in their light. Now, let me jump in and let me talk about you here. I think the first question, the first thing should be, what led you to want to open Malandrin?
Well, man, it's basically, man, I started with my little brother. He was younger. I'm 10 years older than he is. And I took him to a local boxing gym here at the farmer's market. And he didn't want to stay because, you know, he felt like, hey, I was his big brother. I took him to play football and basketball and everything. So I was like, okay, I'll stay and train with you. So I started training, man, and then I just fell in love with the sport, man. And then from there, I mean, I was there for, you know, 3-4 years. And then I decided to open up my own gym after that.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Let me ask you this. So as a business owner, you know, I'm sure that there are times where you come in here, right? You're the first one in here, all the lights are off, and, you know, you come in, you pop the lights on. What's the feeling that you get when you walk into this gym, when this place is empty? As a business owner, but also as the proprietor of this gym, what's the feeling? Like, how does it feel to know, you know, that you're here standing in Malandrin?
Man, I look at it and I feel like when you go home and you plug up your iPhone and you get that charge, that's the same charge I get. When I get in here, man, and I see it empty, I'm pumped, man. I'm ready to go.
So, what is your motivation?
My motivation, man, is just being grateful to be alive and make the day count. You see what I'm saying? And just coming here, this is what I do towards the end of the day. I work full time. I get off and I come here and I just get supercharged and I'm like, I'm gonna finish the day strong, you know?
I love that about the battery. There's so much allegory for life there, you know, just how a person is like a battery. It's interesting because somebody said to me here the other day, they talked about energy suckers. And they were saying that there's so many different things that are around us, you know, your normal job and all these things that can chew away at that battery, you know, and that just pulls at you. And it's interesting to hear how you say that you get that supercharge here. So after a day at your normal job, at the everyday grind or whatever it is that you've been through, to know that you can break that threshold, come in here and feel that charge, you know, feel refreshed, if you will. That's absolutely outstanding.
Yes, man. And like I said, and it's just loving every minute of it, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I want to kind of get into this. I know that we spoke off air, we were talking about life, and I know that my listeners know I'm very candid. It's my testimony. I love to tell people that I've died. That, you know, back when I was 33 years old, of course, I had my heart attack. I was playing football, everything was great, and I lost it. And that's how I ended up here on sports radio. And when we were talking, you mentioned to me that you have a testimony, you know, that you've been through some things and felt refreshed, if you will, you know, and had that fresh start. I wonder, would you be interested in talking about that and how that ties in to who you are here and almost what that spirit is of Malandrin?
Yeah, of course, yes, I'd love to. So, you know, when I was younger age, man, I used to drink a lot, man. I used to drink a lot, you know, just like any other, you know, normal young man, you know, just go party and I just didn't listen, man. I was riding a motorcycle, drinking and driving. So one night it caught up to me because, you know, you always say it's never going to happen to me. So I was just basically, you know, just drunk, man. And I was doing about, man, I remember I had full throttle on the motorcycle, man. It's just, I remember that night. And I slowed it down and I looked at my meter and I was, you know, dropped it down to 80. And I just hit another motorcycle crossing the lane on the highway and I fell. Didn't have a helmet, had shorts, took all my skin, broke my leg. I mean, and all I heard was the semi tires just breaking behind me. I was like, I'm dead, you know? And I just remembered my life and everything just right in front of me. You know, like they say, it happens so quick, but you're aware of what's going on. There's just two sides. And I remember this lady said, hey, is he dead? Is he dead? And I tried to get up. I was like, no, pick me up. So I was full of blood and I see my leg just kind of flopping on skin.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, I'm laying down. And after that, I said, oh, you know, I'm done. So I went to they kept me in the hospital. They did a lot of work to me. You know, I'm grateful for the people at the hospital. I could have lost my leg. I was 375 pounds at the time.
Wow.
And the doctor told me that I had to lose at least 40 pounds so I can sustain my leg. You know, 9 months without walking, that was pretty bad. And you know, that was the first time that it happened to me. And I know God was talking to me then, but I didn't listen. So, 8-10 years later down the road, man, I was in the incident where I'm grateful for these people that did this to me. You know, I went into the wrong place at the wrong time, and I just got stabbed, man. I got stabbed, and I got, you know, cut up pretty bad, and you know, I'm like, you know, still not listening. You know, I drove myself all the way back home. I live 18 miles from where the incident happened.
Yeah.
You know, I had a punctured lung, lost a lot of blood.
Wow.
Got to my wife drove me to the hospital, and you know, I was talking to her in the car and just telling her, you know, if I don't make it, you know what I mean, giving her instructions basically, and then you know, she got me there quick, and I remember, you know, being in the hospital, being really mad. You know, when somebody does something to you, you want to go ahead and, you know, retaliate real quick and you know, do that kind of stuff. So, you know, it took me some time. I know I had a lot of people praying for me. So, you know, I was at my house, and, you know, I was looking outside. You know, I live in the country, and, you know, I was looking at all the beautiful things, and something came to my mind. You know, I started reading the Bible, and I was like, man, you know, if God created this in 7 days, and this is beautiful to us, you know, we live for this, you know what I mean? Temptations, and we live for all this. Just imagine, you know, he said he was coming back for us, you know, 2,000 years ago, you know what I mean? Just imagine the place he's preparing now, you know? And, you know, I started reading about forgiveness and everything, and it's like, you know what, things happen for a reason, and I know this happened for a reason, and that just really changed my mind, and being like, okay, I accept what happened, and I'm not mad. I'm grateful for the people that did it, because if they would have never done that, I would have never been in this position. You see what I'm saying? I would have never listened. So that was my second chance of life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what really changed me, man, and made me who I am now. And that's what really motivated me. From there, I opened up this gym, because I was serving at another gym, and I opened this gym. I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a difference in my community, you know, regardless of, you know, what happened to me. And, you know, I talk to, you know, a couple youths, and I go to barbershops, and I see kids with, you know, guns, you know, on them, you know what I mean, 15, 16 years old. And I'm like, man, you know, you know, they got to go through it too, you know, but if I have somewhere they can come, they can speak to me, you know.
That is, first off, if I could just say thank you, because that is raw, right? That's extremely vulnerable, and I appreciate you sharing that. More than anything, my hope is that somebody else is going to hear that, right? Somebody else in our listening audience is going to hear that, and they're going to say, man, I gotta pause, I gotta take a second. Or somebody that's going to hear that, and they're going to say, man, I got to talk to this guy. Somebody that's going to want to come down here and just feel that same stewardship. It's interesting, as I listen to you talk, you have a very fatherly sense about you in the way that you tell that story, because you don't seem to tell it from a place of anger or from a place of pain as much as it seems like vindication. You know, that is your testimony, and I am thankful, again, that you would share that. I really appreciate it. Let me say this, kind of just as a segue. You seem to have a servant's heart, right? And that's pretty obvious from what you just said, as you talked about barbershops and the youth that you see sometimes. I want to know what you feel, or what you want this gym to be in this community, as a pillar of this community. You know, what is this a place where you want, for if somebody feels hurt, where they can walk in and they just need a hug? If this is a place where somebody has been bullied or something terrible's going on, and they can come here, they can talk to you, and they can find out, man, you know, I want to learn how to box, I want to learn how to protect myself. What was and what is your dream for this facility in the community in Oklahoma City?
Well, man, I love building kids' self-confidence. So bullies is my specialty. Like, if a kid's getting bullied, and, you know, I can show him how to defend himself and build his self-confidence where he can walk with his head high, that's the greatest feeling ever. Yeah. But my vision for this, man, is you know, I want to have an Olympic facility, you know, and I want to have world-class Olympians here, and at the same time help other kids build their self-confidence watching these Olympians, you know, so if they can do that, I can do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I love that. Absolutely love that. So while we're talking about the community and everything that's going on, I know that you spoke to me about a raffle. You said there's a raffle that's going on, and a big a big question I have is how do people support, right? I know that I mentioned what the address was, but we have massive reach here in Oklahoma City. I want to know, how do people around Oklahoma City, surrounding cities, etc., if there's people that want to give donations, if there's people that just want to drop like water and Gatorade, whatever it may be, however they want to get involved, how can people get involved? Tell us more about the raffle. Tell us more about what you got going on.
Okay, well, the raffle, this is our first year that we're having a raffle on, we got Premier Stone countertops, we have iPlum, and we have GS Contracting. They came together and threw a package for us. They said, we're gonna update your kitchen. We're gonna give you up to 60 square feet. That's up to 2 slabs of level 1, what they have in stock. And I mean, this company is massive. I mean, they can just basically do anything. And you know, they're gonna go and rip out your old countertops. They're gonna put new countertops on. The plumbers are gonna come in and put the valve and hook up all the sink. And another company's gonna come and put your backsplash on it. It's a turnkey job. I mean, the price range from there is anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 to remodel, to upgrade your kitchen.
Wow.
And for $50, I mean, you can have a chance to win it, you know, and that's going to benefit us on the programs that we want to build, you know, and you know, we want to travel. We want to take these kids traveling. We want to show them different things, you know what I mean, and maybe, you know, build a workshop somewhere, you know what I mean, to show them some, you know, life skills about, you know, basic home necessity stuff, you know what I mean, like say you put a light bulb in, or a plug, or the difference between the drill and the impact. You know, kids don't know that these days, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we want to build a bigger program, and like I said, man, it's just, sky's the limit, man. You know what I mean? I have a vision where, you know, I want to have a massive facility. I want to have different kinds of training. I want to just, you know, be explosive, you know what I mean? Where other states is going to be like, hey, what are you doing? What can we do to do the same thing? And you know, I'm be more than happy to help them, you know what I mean, to do the same thing, you know.
Interoperability, absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love that. Again, like I say, just your passion. I absolutely love your passion. Let me ask you this. Do you have anything else that you would like to add? Anything that you want to say? Anything that maybe I haven't hit on? Because goodness knows, I'm just scratching the surface with you here today.
Okay. Man, just we covered everything, just basically everything, but you know, oh, I didn't tell you how to get the raffle tickets, right?
Right, yeah, no, that's super important.
That's important. So, okay. So also, you know, during the months of, you know, during the summer months, we also have food. I mean, we sell food. I mean, we sell really good Mexican enchiladas. We're having Mexican enchilada sale tomorrow.
Nice.
And so for the raffle fundraiser, you can go to Malandrin Box on Facebook and get information, and also there is a Cash App deal there, and there's just you can come by 3019 South Robinson from Monday to Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. and you can come pick up your ticket here, and we can give you more info here.
If you would spell Malandrin for everybody out there in Radio Land that can't see it.
Okay, Malandrin spelled Malandrin, and then Box, BOX.
Perfect. Yeah. Awesome. I appreciate that. We're coming to the conclusion of this interview, and if there's one thing I think I'm known for here at Prior to the Snap, it's that final question. I ask every person that I interview this last question. I think it's important that everybody, especially everybody that's involved in sports, anybody that's been an athlete, we all have a story and we've all been impacted by something. And so I ask everyone, if you could send a message to the world right now, what would it be?
Man, I would tell them to seek God and look for God, and whatever they do, they're going to succeed. I mean, in whatever they do, and that's what I've been doing. You know, I seek Him first, and you know, He's put this in front of me, and we've been prospering.
It's amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for allowing us into your house here tonight. It means the world. Folks, I tell you, Kiki Galindo was absolutely amazing. You have to get down here. Come down here. Remember what I said at the beginning about the warrior spirit, about the aura, about how welcoming this place is. 3019 South Robinson, right here in Oklahoma City, Malandrin Boxing. Before we depart, let me say, as I always do, because I keep you guys updated, we here at Prior to the Snap, we do not deserve your support the way you guys are giving it. Record-breaking 1.4 million reach this week across Facebook, folks. We don't deserve it. Over 40,000 people have engaged with our content this week alone. Again, we don't deserve it, but we are absolutely thankful. Keep pushing, keep driving us, because we don't exist without you. Thank you so much. And until next time, folks, we're good right here at Prior to the Snap. A lot longer. I feel terrible. I'm like, man, I feel like it was too short, man. That was awesome. When you mix it down and make it, just title it Malandrin and Kike in all caps. So I know that.
How do you spell Malandrin?
Maldrin. It's
Right
behind
here.
you. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
right here.
If you will spell it that way after it mixes down, and just save it to the Prior to the Snap, and we'll take care of that one back at the house. Okay, again, that's a big deal. I always tell people that when somebody shares a personal story, I'm like, you're being vulnerable and you're sharing that to like 1 million people.
Yeah.
A lot of people are gonna hear that.
Yeah, man.
And
I mean, it's just, everybody knows who I am here in the city,
Yeah,
you know, and everybody knows who I was, and and that guy's dead, you know, and I'm
Wow.
a new dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
I said, I'm just open heart to everybody now, you know what I mean?
Well, and
Like
that's why I say
said,
that's
it's
beautiful,
just-
man.
Yeah, you know.
I appreciate that very much. My hope is if somebody hears that touches somebody, they're like, damn, man, I need to make a change, you know, something.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. Okay, so I know I'm talking to some other folks, and as you can see, there's a bunch of mics, and all those microphones are hot, by the way. You guys didn't do anything wrong, by the way. I just wanted you to know if you sneeze, do anything, that thing is on well. All right, I'm Sean. You are?
Robin.
Robin. Excellent. Okay. And that was Robin, not Robbie? Okay. Perfect. How old are you?
19.
19. Perfect. Are you from here in Oklahoma City?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So you box. You're a boxer?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been boxing?
Going on like 10 years now.
10 years. That's amazing. Heck yeah. Any certain accolades that you've accumulated along the way? Anything I can do to hype you up? Because I'm about to. This is going to be super high energy. FYI. This is
How
gonna
many
be-
miles did you put on your truck in 10 years from Edmond?
Man,
He lives in Edmond, man.
I have a question.
Mileage.
I see the hat. Are you from San Diego?
I know.
Okay. I got excited. My wife is from San Diego, and I was like, no way. Okay. So as far as accolades, any titles, anything I can?
I'm on 3-time state.
3-time state champ?
Yeah, 2-time regional.
2-time regional?
Semis and nationals about 4 times.
Semis and nationals 4 times. Perfect. I'm scared to find out now.
Cave nose knockout.
Okay, there we go.
Nobody says that. No.
Okay,
Start rolling with that one.
we need some more. We need like 1 or 2 more. Again, I want to make sure that we're super robust. I want to make sure that we're really highlighting you because you seem like you're quiet. You seem like you're very reserved, and I want to bring that out of you on this. Like I said, I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be up there because that's my normal. My normal is, so that's what we're coming with because I'm excited. So what gets you excited?
Fighting.
Outside of fighting. Like, okay, so you're going to school. What are you going to school for?
Business.
Business. So is your intent to own a business? Is your intent to own a gym? What's your intent?
Yeah, I want to own kind of like how Kiki is, you
Okay.
know, with the boxing gyms and stuff.
You know what? That's a good question. So I'm not going to ask who's your muse, but who is someone that you could say that you look up to?
My pops.
Okay, perfect. Someone you look up to. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you that, and then I'm going to expect for you to take it from there. I want you to be robust. I want you to be very honest, be very vulnerable about your dad. I want you to just basically tell me and everybody what makes your dad amazing. It's almost Father's Day. This is his gift. Tell the world what makes your dad a beast. Okay? Perfect. And I'm going to ask you if you have anything else. Same thing as I did with him. So if you have anything else, go for it. If you don't. And then I'm going to ask you that same final question about a message. If you could send one message to the world, what would it be? okay, don't bother trying to turn it. No, it's all good. It's got the battery saver. It's fine. All right, are you ready? Yeah. Okay. You're in charge. I'm gonna let you count me off. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, count me off, brother.
3, 2, 1.
I think it's dead. It just died. It just turned off here.
You're kidding. Okay, that's okay. There is inside of this bag here. You have a little charger for your headphones. That should plug into this. Oh, but I can't. I need a USB. Oh, is that a here? Take this. Plug this into it. I'll take that back. Yeah. Just see if that'll plug into it. That's coming off of a power adapter. That should be fine. We almost got beat, man. We almost got beat. Technology. Okay.
3, 2.
Robin Robinson.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're good.
3,
Wait. I'm just kidding. That was a joke that time. I'm just messing with you.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Snap. We're glad to be back here once again, folks. We are live here at Malandrin Boxing, 3019 South Robinson, right here in Oklahoma City. Now, if you listen to my last interview with Kiki Galindo, owner and just absolutely outstanding human being, you probably got left hungry to hear more about this amazing facility. Well, fear not. We're going to keep going because I am sitting here with my friend Robin Robinson. Robin is 19 years old from right here in Oklahoma City and has been boxing for 10 years, a full decade. 3-time state champ, 2-time regionals champ, semis, nationals 4 times. Dude, I'm telling you guys, Robin is straight beast mode. I am so excited to have you here. Robin, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. About yourself?
Oh my gosh, I woke up today and I am sitting here. I am in your light as you represent that warrior spirit that exists right here at Malandrin Boxing. It's amazing. It's amazing. I guess I should start with the easiest question. What got you into boxing? I mean, I feel like it takes something special to want to step into a ring, the squared circle, and possibly get hit in the face. So what is it about boxing? What is it that you love? What got you into the sport?
I mean, to be honest, I come from a fighting family. You know, my pops wrestled back in the day. My grandpa, all the men in my family, they all fight. So it's kind of in my blood. I used to always bang at school. So, you know, they took me to the South Side to show if I can really bang. Okay,
all right. So how has boxing changed your life? What kind of lessons, what has boxing been for you?
I mean, to be honest, it's been everything. You know, it makes you disciplined. It makes you learn how to pick yourself up. You know, you can think you tough all you want in the real world, but you don't know until you get in that ring. And boxing allowed me to see who I really am, a dog.
Okay, all right. So what are your aspirations for the future as far as boxing goes? I know that, you know, when you stare into the tea leaves, if you will, and you look into the future, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now in the boxing world?
I mean, 5 years, I'm going to be on that Olympic team. And so after that, you know, I want to go into pro ranks, and I'm going to take the weight divisions one at a time.
So as far as being on an Olympic team, that's a really specific dream. Mm-hmm. What steered you that way, and what made you want to try to qualify for the Olympics?
Man, when you think of Olympics, you think of excellence. You know, can't everybody walk around and say, "Oh, I'm an Olympian." No, that's what any fighter aspires to do, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Indeed, I like that. So a little birdie told me that you go to OU, hook 'em horns. How do you juggle being a full-time student with being a boxer? And before you respond to that, let me compound this question, because as I kind of daydream as I ask this, I think to myself, I see, you know, you've had yourself an evening where maybe you had a fight, you know, or maybe you trained and sparred really hard. Maybe there was a slip and you get like a black eye, and here you are like walking onto campus the next day. You know, has that ever been a deal where somebody's been like, oh man, what happened? Or you get asked that, you know, like 40 times in a day, whatever. Just how is it almost trying to live the life of a superhero where, like, you know, you're a boxer by evening, but a student by day?
I mean, you make time for what you want to make time for. You know, school, I've always been in school, so there ain't no changing that. I mean, since I was a little kid, I've been juggling boxing in school, so it was no different when I got into college. I'm a disciplined person. I know how to manage my time, and it was simple, really.
Okay, well, that's awesome. There we go. There we go. Can you tell me somebody, it sounds so basic to say it this way, but is there someone that you look up to? Is there somebody that, I don't want to say your muse, but someone that is just your inspiration, someone that just has really helped you on this journey? I know we all have somebody like that. Who is that person for you?
Absolutely, it's my pops. He's been with me every step of the way. Especially, he's the realest person I know. Anything I need to hear, he gonna let me know. Through all the losses, the injuries, he been there every single day. You know, things I'll be ashamed of to talk to anybody else, I can always come to my pops and rely on him. And without him, I don't be nothing. I come from a good stock, so yeah, my pops.
Excellent. That is, that's a great endorsement. By the way, what is his name, if you don't mind sharing? I want to give him love.
My pop's name is Robin Robinson too.
Okay.
I'm the second, so
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's a fighting junior. I love it.
Yes,
I love it. There we go. I just want to make sure that he gets his due. That's great.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to add? Anything else that you want to say? I mean, now is your time to promote who you are.
I mean, if you want something, you got to go get it, you know. Like how Nipsey used to say, the marathon continues, so you got to keep pushing. No matter what happens, you got to keep going.
Is there, now I don't know if you have like a socials page. I don't know if you have a big following on social media, if you're trying to build it. I don't know if you want to put those socials out there, but now is that time if you want to tell everybody where they can find you.
Y'all want to check me out, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, The Robin Robinson Show. I got about 30,000 on there, so you should be able to find me and get at me.
There's a lot of ways to spell Robin. Can you spell that out to the people?
Robin, R-O-B-I-N, Robinson, R-O-B-I-N-S-O-N, and then show.
Perfect. There we go. I just want to make sure that anybody that wants to follow you gets to, and that them followers don't go to somebody else.
I appreciate it.
I have one last question, and this is probably the most serious question that I ever ask anybody. If you could send one message to the entire world right now, what would that message be? If you think you bad, come to Malandrin Boxing Gym. Okay, there you go, folks. Hey, what an endorsement for Malandrin. I cannot say enough good things about Robin Robinson. He is fired up, super excited about his craft. He loves what he does. He lives it, he breathes it, and you can see him do it right here at Malandrin Boxing. As you guys know, it is 3019 South Robinson right here in Oklahoma City. As we get ready to step out of here, let me remind you guys once again how thankful we are, from myself, from Cassie, from my engineer Riley. We did not get to 1.4 million this week without each and every one of you. That means the absolute world. We do not deserve it. 40,000 engagement and still climbing. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for interacting. Thank you guys for being a part of Prior to the Snap. And until next time, we'll see you. Really appreciate it. Whew. It's hot. I will not pay for it again. They said I have to get a new one. It's a football problem. You're a student at OU, studying, and you want to be an orthopedic surgeon or just
surgeon?
Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. To be a orthopedic. Young Rizzy, are you ready? I'm not ready yet. Hang on. I'm getting all snot-nosed. My nighttime sickness is coming in. Getting all snotty in the nose. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, mic check. Can you hear me, bud?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Everybody can hear me. I'm loud. Okay, please don't play it yet because I screwed up. Okay, there we go. Kettner Murray, Fiendish Harris, right? Okay. Riley, I am not ready. I need to flip back to where their address is. Matter of fact, let's pull those pages out. There we go. I can see it right there. Okay. Ready when you are. Count me out.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Pryor to the Snap. I'm excited to be back here once again, continuing our series from right here at Malandrin Boxing, 3019 South Robinson Avenue, right here in beautiful Oklahoma City. You probably already heard a few other interviews. You've heard me talk to the outstanding Kiki Galindo, the owner here at Malandrin. You've heard him talk about his journey. You've heard him talk about just so much. Him speak life. That's what you heard. You heard him speak life. I greatly enjoyed that. You've heard me talk to Robin Robinson, 19-year-old from right here in Oklahoma City. And now you're going to hear me talk about a couple of other amazing folks who, before we started this, I did not ask them about their achievements and their accomplishments. So I'm going to put them on the spot and I'm going to make them tell you individually. We're going to start first. He's 20 years old from Oklahoma City. His name is Kettner Murray. Kettner, thank you so much for joining us here today. I want you to tell us about some of your achievements, some of your accomplishments. I want you to sell yourself to everybody out here.
All right, thank you, Sean. Yeah, I don't have a lot of boxing accolades yet, unfortunately, but I did used to be a competitive swimmer in high school. I qualified for nationals twice. I qualified for state every year. I broke 2 team records. 4-time regional champion, and yeah.
Outstanding. And don't say, hey, I don't have it yet. No, it's coming. If you're here, I've talked about the warrior spirit, man. You were bathing in the warrior spirit right here. I can smell it on you. It's perfect. Now, let me talk to somebody else, because, folks, we got the 4 mic setup going here today. We got people all over the place. We got mics hot. It's great. 23 years old, sitting across from me right now is the one, the only, the guy whose name is so amazing, I can't wait to say it, Fiendish Harris. Fiendish, welcome to the show. Tell us about your accolades. Tell us about who you are.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, there you go. Yeah. You got to get close.
Really nothing much. Only thing I can say I achieved really is getting back in here back a year ago, getting in the sport of boxing and actually doing something I wanted to do. Other than that, really.
Okay. And make sure that you talk loud into that beautiful gold microphone. So, okay, I'm going to start with Kettner. Kettner.
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure I say that right. Kettner. What got you into boxing?
So I used to be a competitive swimmer, as I said earlier, and I decided I didn't want to swim in college. I got burnt out on it, but I still needed something to really keep me going, keep me disciplined, focused, because I've always just been that person who wants to go work out, really push themselves. And it just made sense to me that picking up a combat sport, this is the most mentally and physically challenging thing you can do, because just the endurance, but also the physical pain you have to put yourself through, the mental intimidation. So it just made sense to me, and I picked it up, and I fell in love with it.
I love that. I want to tell you, we recently had, it wasn't a poll as much as it was an open topic conversation about what is the most difficult sport over on the Facebook page out there at Pryor to the Snap. One of the top, I would say it was probably almost a tie, but one of the top things, boxing and hockey, was really interesting. All right, my man Fiendish, it is your turn. I'm going to ask you the exact same question. So what got you into boxing? What leads a man to a sport where he knows he's probably going to get punched in the face?
Honestly, just fighting so much as a kid, and I mean, my pops, he showed us the little things when I was young, but I was probably legit, maybe like 3 or 4 years old, but nothing too much, but really just fighting in school and tried every other sport, and nothing really stuck out with me. got in here and seeing how this run.
Okay, okay. So I'm going to stick with you, Fiendish, and I'm going to ask you, how has boxing changed your life?
Oh, it changed me extremely. It clears your mind. It makes you a different person, honestly. It walks you, like KK said, it walks you in the room and keep your head up and chest out and know you that guy. I mean, you don't go around just picking fights, but you just know you that guy when you can defend yourself at any time necessary.
So I love that you said that. I have talked in the past, and I said it, I think I said it on one of the other interviews. I spoke about the fact that I used to do Taekwondo and Okinawan Goju-Ryu. And I remember when I used to train, they used to tell us all the time in the gym, they used to say, you're gonna learn all of this, you'll get your black belts, you'll do all of this, you'll never get in another fight in your life. And I always thought that was the craziest thing in the world. I always said, nah, man, I'm gonna be out at a bar, I'm gonna be out someplace, man, I'm gonna get in the fight, I'm gonna be like, yeah! I never got in another fight again in my life. Never. It's never come up. I always thought that was so interesting. And again, I know it probably sounds overused. I keep bringing up warrior spirit, but I think that's something that exudes from you when you engage in combat sports. I think you guys can probably both agree that it's not just a brotherhood, but there's a certain respect, for example, the competitor, you know, for the person that you're fighting against, a respect for yourself, you know, a respect for anybody from the, it's just really interesting how that works. And I think that when the way that you carry yourself probably out in public is probably something that people see as well, you know, and they know, I'm gonna try a different one. Maybe not that one, maybe another one. So just, it's really, really interesting. So Kentner, I'm gonna ask you a really specific question here. So you are a student at OU, hook 'em horns. You're studying to be an orthopedic surgeon. How do you balance that dichotomy? Because I can't think of any other word than to call that a true dichotomy.
Well, you know, it's when you really want it, you get out there and you find a way to make it happen. And really, to me, what that looks like is you just got to have one. You got to cut out distractions, you know? So when you're doing that, you can't go party, you can't, you know, you can't always have so much of a social life. Like when I come in here and when I'm boxing, any time that I have after practice or before practice, that's really my social life, you know? I can't go to parties, I can't drink and all that, because between the studying and the boxing, you know, you got to stay focused.
Exactly. I love that. I love that. So, you know, let me ask you a similar question over to Fiendish here. So I know that you are a full-time dad, you told me, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So with that said, I'm going to use the same word, an absolute dichotomy. How do you juggle being a full-time father? I mean, that is your job, and still manage to be able to train and box and get this time in like this and still be robust in both?
If I tell you the truth, it's really hard. Like, it takes a toll on your body. Like I said, I'm a full-time dad, and I also work on roofs. And that career right there, if you're doing this, that, working with a little girl who don't sit down for nothing, it'll take a toll here and there. But hey, like my man K said, if you want it, you got to go get it. There ain't no way else to get up and go get it.
Yeah, I love it. I love the determination. I love the drive. That's how you get it done. So, Kentner, I want to ask you about something that we talked about off air, and I know that it was really important to you, and I want you to have a chance to kind of celebrate this, because I know that there are people out there in our listening audience that are going to celebrate this with you. You told me that you were recently baptized. Would you like to talk to us about that?
So, yeah, I was recently baptized about 2 months ago, and it's very important to me because what the Bible teaches and what Jesus teaches really is it's not just about living your life with honor and integrity, but also about living your life with grace and forgiveness and compassion, and you know, giving people a second chance and understanding that who you were yesterday is not who you are today, and people can always change. They can always be better, and that goes for yourself.
You know, this is not a religious show by any stretch, and people will tell you that I'm not a hyper-religious man. But I was raised in a very religious household, and so I'm going to bring up a story. You know, as I hear what you said, it reminds me of a very fast biblical story I'm going to tell. I remember there's a story of a young woman in the Bible. She had had a problem, some type of female problem, lasted for about 12 years it had. And Jesus was standing there. He had his back to her. And in the time that she walked up behind him and touched his cloak or his just whatever his garment was, I don't want to paraphrase too much, she found healing. And she quickly tried to get away, and he turned around and talked to her about the absolution and the grace and how important grace is and knowing that change is possible. So I love that. I love that you wanted to share that. That means a lot to me that you would choose to be vulnerable and to share that with all of us out here. So thank you. Thank you. So, Fiendish, I'm going to kick it over to you. Do you have anything else that we can learn about you, especially social stuff like that? Just anything that you can tell us about you. What makes Fiendish absolutely amazing? What makes Fiendish the best boxer he can be?
Hey, I come in here with my best foot forward and my worst foot, so if anything fall down, I know I fell on my own.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Now, do you have any socials, anything like that, any way that people can follow your journey?
Follow me on my Instagram at 3._selfmade. Selfmade is SELFMADE.
I'm going to have you say that one more time, but get closer to the microphone because we can barely hear anything you're saying.
You can follow me on my Instagram at 3._selfmade.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Kettner, I'm going to ask you the exact same question. Just, is there anything else that you'd like to add and tell us about your socials where people can follow your journey?
No, man, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Taking the humble approach. Okay, Kettner, I'm going to hit you one more time. If you could send a message to the entire world right now, it could be absolutely anything, what would it be?
Get up every single day, put the work in, and become the best version of yourself.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Fiendish, the exact same question. If you could send a message to the world right now, what would you want to tell people?
Not to stop. Keep going.
Don't stop. Keep going. There it is. There it is. Hey, thank you guys so much for joining us. I cannot say it enough, folks. Malandrin Boxing, 3019 South Robinson, right here in Oklahoma City. Folks, this is one of the coolest places to be in the community. I absolutely love the vibe here. Come out here and check it out. This is a wonderful place if you're looking to just get more confident. If let's say maybe you have a bully issue. Let's say that you just want to learn. Maybe you just want to try something different. Come on down here. They're so accepting, so warm, such a great family environment. Malandrin Boxing, 3019 South Robinson, right here in Oklahoma City. And before we get out of here, let me remind you guys again, thank y'all so much. 1.4 million with an M. I can't believe I'm even saying that, man. That's the reach, man. All the engagement, over 40,000. We don't deserve it here at Pryor to the Snap, but we can't do it without you. Every episode, I got to thank you, the listeners, for record downloads this week. You guys are amazing. So we're going to pack this thing up and tell you, until next time, we'll see you. And I saw you mixing his mic back up to make sure we could hear him and change. Excellent job, because you got him loud enough where I could hear him when I couldn't, because I didn't want to keep telling you got to make out with the mic. No, you're fine, because he kept turning you up, so excellent job. I appreciate that. I just love calling you that even if you hate it. It makes me happy. You count me off, bud. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Pryor to the Snap. I am extraordinarily thankful to be here once again, coming to you guys from Malandrin Boxing, 3019 South Robinson, right here in beautiful Oklahoma City. Today, for this episode, I have 2 MVPs. I got a couple of high-level guys here with me. This means the world that I get to interview them. I have Jorge and I have Ali, both 11 years old, both 6th graders, right here at Malandrin Boxing. Guys, how are you doing? Good, good, awesome. I'm so happy to have you guys. Listen, I'm gonna start with Ali. So you said that you've been here how long again?
Like a year.
A year?
Yeah.
How have you enjoyed your year here?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I'm gonna ask you the same question, brother.
I've been here like for a year or two, and I've liked boxing here for a while.
Nice, excellent, excellent. So let me ask you, Ali, what is the lesson that boxing has taught you since you've been coming here? What's something that you've learned?
Like how to fight.
Okay, okay, excellent, excellent. Hey, that's outstanding. Jorge, I'm gonna ask you the same question.
It's like not get overconfident.
Okay, so you've learned to be humble. That's awesome. That's a lesson that a lot of us need to learn. No, that's great. Okay, so next question for you. Who is your favorite boxer? And I'm gonna start with you, Ali.
Probably Triple G.
Triple G, okay, good answer, good answer. How about you?
Probably Terrence Crawford.
Nice, not why? I'm gonna ask both of you why as well.
Because Terrence Crawford, because he's like he never gives up. Like he keeps on trying and keeps on working hard.
Nice, Ali.
I think he has like that chin that can like knock him out.
Nice, excellent, excellent. Okay. I'm gonna ask Jorge, what is your favorite, and I don't think I asked you already what your absolute favorite thing about coming here is. Like, what is something that you experience here that's just your favorite, keeps you coming back, is just the best?
The energy.
The energy, what a great answer. That's a high level answer right there, Ali.
Like training.
Training?
Training.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, one more question. I have one last question, and I'm gonna start with you, Ali. If you could send a message to all the kids that are listening out there, all the young people that can hear your voice right now, what message would you want to send to them?
Learn how to box, it would be cool.
Learn how to box?
Yeah.
There we go, there we go. Jorge, same question.
Keep on believing in yourself and do.
I'm gonna have you repeat yourself one more time because you got washed out by a truck, I'm sorry.
To keep on like following your dreams and don't give up.
There you go. That is something that takes a lot of us years and years and years to learn. I love that. Outstanding. Is there anything else that you guys want to add?
No.
No? Okay. Hey, it has been an absolute privilege for me to get to sit here and talk to these two 11-year-olds. And why is that? Because you've heard from people that are much older, but to hear from kids who are physically experiencing what it's like here at Malandrin, enjoying being a part of what I keep calling the warrior spirit that exists right here at Malandrin Boxing is amazing. One more time, let me tell you guys, 3019 South Robinson, right here in Oklahoma City. This facility is outstanding, so welcoming, such a family environment, just a great place. Like my man said, high energy, positive. Thank you guys so much. As I tell you guys every episode, we don't deserve it. Thank you guys so much. 1.4 million this week. I cannot believe 40,000 on the engagement. I mean, we don't deserve it, but we're thankful. We don't exist here at Pryor to the Snap without you guys. So as we wrap this thing up, thank you so much. And until next time, we'll see you. All right, so we didn't even play any commercials. That's okay. That's fine.
I don't think we didn't need to.
We didn't need to. It was fine. Yeah, no, we have no reason. Once we put all these together, we'll see how long they turn out to be because we're gonna paste them all in one deal. That way they run like concurrent.
Right.
Okay. Woo.
All right, you might want to get a little closer here.
Woo. There we go. Oh, that was loud. Sorry, that like reverberated in my ears. My bad, guys. Test 1, 2, test. Am I too loud? You may want to take some of the high end out. I think you already did, though. I think that's, yeah, I'm good. I can hear it. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
You count me out. Wait, I have to belch. Excuse me, sorry. Welcome to Prior to the Snap. Folks, I am here. 3019 South Robinson, right here at the amazing Malandrin Boxing. One of the things I'm going to make sure that we provide, there are so many cool signs here. I'm actually sitting inside of a boxing ring right now as I talk to you. I want to make sure we get some great pictures for the Facebook so that we can kind of push and we can promote. You guys can see this place and really just enjoy. Malandrin has been such great hosts to us. They've had us here, got us all set up, wonderful hospitality, and I am just blessed and highly favored that I get to be in all of these amazing fighters' light today. But I want to talk to you about somebody amazing. I've had a little bit of time to talk to him, kind of off there. 32 years old. He is the co-owner right here at Malandrin Boxing. He is the great Noel Galindo. It is wonderful to be here with you. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'm going to start here. What drove you to want to open a boxing gym? You know, when I talk to people, opening a boxing gym is not always the first thing that they say when I ask them, you know, what's next? So I'm really excited to hear what got you here.
Well, I was young, and me and my brother decided, you know, I was barely, I think, about 18, 19, talking about it. I used to compete, and I would always depend on the team, like football, basketball. I played that through my, you know, high school career. And next thing you know, I got tired of, everybody blaming somebody. So I said, hey, I can do something. So me and my brother started boxing. He was my trainer. And from there we went, and we did good at a boxing club we were before. And we're like, man, we can open up our own gym. So that's what we did. We say something and we stick to it.
I love that essentially it started with just a dream and then you guys just kept pushing. That's amazing, amazing.
Yes,
it's so often that people say, hey, I'm gonna do this, and those words don't always translate into action. So great job. So when you walk into this gym, again, I keep talking about the warrior spirit and how it feels when you come here, when you walk in. How does it feel for you every time you walk into this facility?
It's the atmosphere, and right now, it's great. You get to see generation after generation. You get to see these young kids grow up, and then they'll have kids one day, and then hopefully, if we're still around, their kids will attend our gym, and it's, we have kids right now. I have sons, daughters, and I love the sport, and now they love the sport. And me walking in, seeing them train, just brings back memories and just makes you proud, and all these other kids, it's a different feeling, man.
You know what's interesting? You hear a lot of people use the phrase generational wealth. And so often generational wealth is assumed to be money and just, how much money can you leave for your kids? I don't think people think about it from the way you just said it, how you just said that you get to see generation after generation coming through these doors, inside of these walls, experiencing that same feel, experiencing, again, the warrior spirit, the way it works, and that pays dividends. There's something about that I think that's even better than the fiduciary aspect, because no one can take memories, no one can take skill away from you. Someone can steal your money, but they can't steal your memories. So,
no, they can't.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love that you said that. That's outstanding. So, I want to mention that when we were talking off the air, I was kind of asking you just kind of about what led you here and just kind of a little bit of your story on all of this. And I was hoping that you would just kind of share some of how you ended up here with all of us.
Well, as a team, as here with Malandrin Boxing, so, we opened it up back in 2012, me and my brother did. And, it was just to get kids off the street. It's a great feeling to see others achieve what you wanted to achieve and beyond that. And it's not just here what we're doing for boxing for the kids, where, there's some kids that don't have fathers, don't have parents. I had a great role model as, my father. He was around, a hardworking man. And, I want to teach these kids, even if boxing is not what it's meant for them to be, at least, they can trust us, talk to us, and we can show them a good trade. We can, hey, ask us something, and, we want to be there for them. That's what drove me to be here and still come here.
I love that for you, the mission is bigger than boxing, that
Correct.
The mission is stewardship. It sounds like you really desire for this to be a gathering place in the community.
Correct.
Yeah, a place where people can legitimately come. It's not clearly for you. This isn't just about boxing. This is clearly about family and something bigger.
It's about making everybody here become one, become a family. So they need something, they don't have to be scared to ask us. You know, we have cookouts, we have gatherings here, and we welcome everyone. It's not just, oh, it's going to be just our side of a family. No, everyone is family. Who we know is more than welcome to come.
It's ironic because my next question was to talk to you about how you clearly have such a servant's heart, and to talk to you more about your dream for this facility and the community. But I feel like we're already talking about it. Is there anything that you want to expound upon as far as the presence in the community and anything else that we didn't catch?
The community, it's very important to us. We go out, you know, we talk about our gym, what we do, we are against anti-bullying. We don't like that bullying things. You know, we have kids that come in here with problems every now and then. You know, we try to teach them and get, like, there's a bunch of kids that come in here either with Tourette's or things, you know, that helps them. But boxing, actually, asthma, it helps them, you know, and that just makes us feel better that nobody makes fun of them. Nobody, they're here, everybody's one. Yeah. So we don't allow you to make fun of a kid. If it's weight, nope, you can't make fun of them. If they're slower, you can't make fun of them. Everybody's going to run until that person is done, or you stick behind and push him and help him. You know, words do mean a lot. It can hurt you and it can pick you up. So that's what, you know, that's what we are here.
I see a clip coming of that at some point for our show, because I don't think a message could be sent any stronger or more articulate than you just made for not just anti-bullying, but just for acceptance as a whole. That realization that so many people seem to miss out on, of accepting human beings for who they are, no matter what their differences are. And clearly, this place is one of those great levelers where everybody's the same. Everybody's getting treated the same here. Correct. And I love it. I love that. Outstanding. So I know we talked a little bit about a raffle, some different things that are going on. I know you guys are doing some fundraisers, because as much as it is awesome to get to do free things and all of that, well, you got to make money somehow. So tell us a little bit about how you guys are doing that.
Well, we're doing a raffle. I'm a contractor, but I know how to do a lot of it, because you can't always depend on somebody to show up, and if they don't show up, you got to get the job done. Right. So we all have to know. So me and my buddies, you know, we got together. I got the countertop guys that do work for me, and I got the plumbers that do work for me, and you know, I'm an electrician.
Feel free to plug them, by the way.
Oh yeah, iPlumb. You know, they're part of our sponsors. You know, iPlumb, they do anything from big, you know, small, industrial, commercial, all that. I also have Premier Stone. They do anything you dream about, any countertops. They got a nice machine that we just set up. It can engrave your logo. It can engrave phrases. It can do anything on a piece of rock. And they can put in your kitchen, anything you want, waterfalls on your kitchen. They customize. They drew our logo. We didn't bring it here, but if you look at our Malandrin boxing page on Facebook, Malandrin Box, you'll see what they did, and it's awesome. And you know, I got all these guys together and asked them, hey man, these kids need transportation, they need different equipment. You know, we can do this raffle. So, you know, everybody agreed to do it. I'm the owner of Galindo Services, which we do it all. You know, and so, you know, we got together, they all agreed. You know, the granite guys, which is Premier Stone, they're putting in the granite. It's gonna be a level 1. And you know, if you wanna go a little bit higher, you just pay the difference. But hey, remember, this kitchen is going to be free if you win the raffle, you know. And Galindo Services is doing the backsplash. We're providing it. We're doing the labor for it. You don't have to worry about none of that. We'll put the plugs back on too. And then we also have iPlumb. They're doing the faucet. They included a nice Delta faucet, and they're doing the underneath your sink. They're putting you new valves, new P-traps, you know, new sink strainer, things, you know, and, you know, go from there. So you don't have to do anything after that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, man, it's actually a pretty expensive job for a contractor. You know, people that can't really afford it. You know, $50, everybody wastes that every day. Yeah. You know, you go out to eat, go to McDonald's, you take 3 kids and yourself, that's $50.
Yes, it is.
You know, you just cut one day off. You can, you know, help out with the raffle and buy one. You know, support for a good cause. And you know, it's the kitchen's valued between $7,000 and $9,000 that you can be winning off $50. Wow. That's not even 10%. That's what. You know, so, but yeah, man, this raffle will help the kids. You know, we just bought the kids as Galeno Services and iPlum, you know, they donated a new water fountain. iPlum did install it. You can fill up water bottles. So we have a lot of contractors that try to help out, you know, but we want the community to reach out and give us a hand also.
Awesome, awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything maybe we didn't touch on during the course of this conversation?
Man, that we got a good staff here. You know, we have coaches that love our kids, that they do this out of their time. You know, we don't get paid for what we do. We come and teach. We don't just train, we teach kids. You know, that's something that parents don't want to do. That's some teachers don't want to do because some of these kids are hard-headed. You just got to be at their level and have patience for kids and teach them right from wrong.
There you go. I love it. My favorite question, my favorite last question I ask everybody, and I look forward to hearing your answer. If you could send a message to the world right now, what would it be?
Every day, wake up, thank God for waking up, and you know, he'll lead you your whole day. He'll lead you for the next day and the day after that. You just, put yourself in God's hands and you're all right, man. You ain't got to worry about nothing else.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for being here with us. Folks, I've been ending it out this week the same way. Again, 3019 South Robinson, Malandrin Boxing. This is such a wonderful place, such a great aura here, such a family atmosphere, such wonderful people. Please come down, buy yourself a raffle ticket, look them up on Facebook, shoot them a message, get involved, see how you can help. Maybe you're a contractor, maybe you just like, hey man, there's a service that I can offer. Maybe you're a business that wants to be a sponsor. They got a lot of great things going on out here and they would love to get you involved. 3019 South Robinson right here in beautiful Oklahoma City. As I've been ending these off, folks, once again, 1.4 million reach this week. And that is unrealistic. I can't believe I'm saying that. Over 40,000 engagement. How is that possible? Folks, you guys are showing us the love. We have record downloads this week. It has been an unrealistic week out here for Pryor to the Snap and everybody that's involved. Thank you guys so much. We don't exist without you. So we're going to kick this thing out as we usually do. Until next time, we'll see you.